there is a lot of research that has outlined the reasons why women leave the tech industry. And I think they apply regardless if you have children or you don't have children. I think there's a lot of different reasons. It's really complicated, which is one of the reasons why it's been so challenging to correct this and turn it around. I think it kind of starts from childhood. There are traits that, children are raised with that are very different for boys and girls. We tend to develop masculine and feminine traits. And this often starts with boys being encouraged to be brave and to be fearless and to take risks. And we encourage our girls to be cautious and be careful and be nurturing and caring and all of those things. There's nothing wrong with any of those traits, unless we are only encouraging boys to be a certain way and girls to be a certain way. And I think this is one of the things that is changing. I think parents, are now more aware and more educated around, the options and the conversations and societally, where we need to educate a little bit differently. So, I think that does absolutely play out, because how we see that translate in the workplace is culturally, we develop masculine and feminine traits, which is very much around men take risks in a work context and women don't take as many risks, and research backs that up. So, women have very high standards. There's pieces of research that suggest that women, for example, won't apply for a role unless they know that they tick 8, 9 out of 10 of the markers or the key criteria. Women don't put themselves out there more. They don't take as many risks. They work really hard and they hope and expect that their hard work is rewarded without them voicing it or going after certain things. So I think culturally what that then means is women are not putting themselves up for opportunities, not pushing themselves forward the same way that men traditionally have done. There was a piece of research from McKinsey last year, I believe, which indicated that for every 100 men that were promoted, only 87 women were promoted. So, and that's at the first level of leadership. So what we are seeing now is less women are getting into entry-level managerial type roles, and then that thins the more senior levels. And I guess one of the other things that is quite noticeable in that is there's a lot less females in senior leadership roles. And so, there's less mentorship, there's less sponsorship, there's less role modeling. And women in tech find themselves in the minority, in male-dominated organisations and in male-dominated cultures and behaviours that in the past have been tolerated, and that is changing, but it's changing quite slowly. And because it's been changing slowly, the frustration has been around, the biases that women experience mean that women are not rewarded in the same ways and are not given the opportunities in the same way. So we see less progression, less promotions, less diversity and inclusivity, and all of that makes women feel as though we don't belong, or it's just too hard, and so I might look for a job elsewhere where I am rewarded and I'm not considered a minority and I'm not coming up against opposing positions all the time, and I am treated as an equal. There's lots and lots of factors around that, but I think the main frustrations around women leaving tech has absolutely been, particularly women without children, has absolutely been about the lack of career progression at the same pace that their male colleagues experience it. And there's, of course, the gender pay gap that's associated with that as well.